HBCUs, North Carolina A&T and Tennessee State, will be in the house at the Atlanta camp. We have UCLA, yes, the University of California, Los Angeles, will be in Atlanta at the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp. North Carolina, the Tar Heels.
Hey, there you go now.
Joe, I hadn't talked to you about your basketball team.
Chris, move on.
The Tar Heels will be in the building for the Atlanta camp. MSU, Michigan State University, will be in Atlanta June 3rd and 4th. Nebraska will also be at the Atlanta camp. The Cornhuskers will be in Atlanta. And then we also have LSU, Louisiana State University. Les Miles will be speaking at the Atlanta camp. That's the tentative list right now for the Atlanta camp on June 3rd and 4th. Now, you notice I didn't say Georgia or Georgia Tech, but I did say Les Miles is speaking at the Atlanta camp. Therefore, anybody affiliated with Georgia and Georgia Tech, we take them all here at Sound Mind, Sound Body. We welcome all coaches from all universities. This is all about exposure for the kids. So we welcome all universities from anywhere in the U.S. to attend any of our camps. But as it stands right now, Les Miles is speaking at the Atlanta camp. He'll be at the Atlanta camp, and we're still waiting on Georgia and Georgia Tech to get signed on. So let's make that happen, Georgia and Georgia Tech. So recap, Atlanta, we have Penn State, Eastern Kentucky University, North Carolina A&T, Georgia State, Tennessee State, UCLA, the North Carolina Tar Heels, Michigan State University Spartans, and LSU Tigers and the Nebraska Cornhuskers, are confirmed for the Atlanta Sound Mind, Sound Body camp being held on June 3rd and 4th.
That's a list, man, and I'm gonna tell you what, you're gonna see that list continue to grow. There's no way possible that
Georgia and Georgia Tech and
man, they're gonna let the guys come in their backyard. Man, you talking about Les Miles coming in their backyard?
I mean, hey, Les is confirmed.
I tell you, I'm excited, bro. And let's talk about the total number. What would you guess over all 6 cities, the total number of college coaches, staff that's going to be at the Sound Mind Body Camp in the month of June?
Well, like we said, we're going to have over 1,000 coaches at the 6 camps combined. People say, how are going to be over 1,000 coaches? Well, like I just mentioned, when I mentioned Georgia State University, their entire coaching staff is going to be at the Atlanta camp. So, when we go to other cities, we're going to have universities from every level of football, from FBS, FCS, MAC, NAIA, junior college. We're going to have their entire staff, a lot of these universities, at these camps, looking for Last year at the Detroit camp alone, we had 79 or 80 different colleges with over 400 coaches from those 79 or 80 schools at the Detroit camp alone. So 1,000 is a tangible number that we will reach, and that's the Sound Mind, Sound Body difference. You're going to have a lot of camps that will try to, I'll go ahead and say it, emulate what we've already been doing. But the Sound Mind, Sound Body difference is the fact that you're going to have all these college coaches who will be approachable, who are going to be hands-on, who are going to teach these kids life skills, words of wisdom, and also see their ability on the field. No other camp can compete with this. Like I said, we're about a month out from the Atlanta camp. We already have 10 schools, and coming from Nebraska, UCLA, LSU, Tennessee State, Georgia State, schools that may or may not be in this geographic region, but that's the Sound Mind, Sound Body difference. We're bringing schools that normally wouldn't even, be interested or recruit a kid in a certain territory. They're coming to Atlanta, Georgia, and these other cities to build young men and also see what talent is in this area. So that's the Sound Mind, Sound Body difference. Get your kids signed up. Go to smsbacademy.com. That's S as in sound, M as in mind, S as in sound, B as in body, academy.com. and get your kids signed up right now. Because I'll tell you this, you know, we had a lot of buzz before the NCAA came with the ruling in early April. But when I finish reading the rest of these schools and universities that are going to be at these camps nationwide, our website might get flooded.
It's gonna crash.
It might crash.
Crashing system.
So I trust me when I tell you, get your son or that young man in your life signed up immediately.
Let's pay some bills, man. Come back, Coach Odom. We got you. When we come back, Derek Tatum, we see you holding. Coach Davis, we see you holding. You listen to the Sound Mind, Sound Body show on the Playbook Network.
Hey, you listen to the Sound Mind, Sound Body show on the Playbook Network. I didn't hear Chris shout out NC State, the Wolfpack, but the list is not over with yet. So I'm sure he'll get to the Wolfpack showing at least one or two of these camps coming up. But this episode of Sound Mind, Sound Body on the Playbook Network is sponsored by John Wanger and Top Cat Sales. Check them out at 512 North Main Street, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48067. For the very best in sports apparel, no matter what sport, check out Adidas. They're at adidas.com. Also sponsored by Super Drink. Upgrade your sports drink. Check them out at bodyarmor.com.
Like I said, Coach Rod Odom is the head coach of East English Village High School in Detroit, Michigan. He's also the director of college coaches for Sound Mind, Sound Body. He does an excellent job every year in Detroit and also the DC camp. That's the camp that we've had the most other than the Detroit camp. Getting these college coaches to the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp. So let's welcome Coach Rod Odom to the show.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Pretty good.
Welcome, Rod. Welcome, welcome. So once again, brother, you've done it. Have over 1,000 coaches coming to these camps over 6 cities, man. Share with our listeners, what's the secret? Hello, Rod.
I think you fainted, man.
Hello.
Hey, Rod, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think you said 1,000. I mean, that 1,000, that make it back up.
Hey, can you hear us, Rod?
Let me go make sure we're okay. I hear him, but let's till he gets back on the air a little bit, man.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear us, Rod?
Hello?
Make sure you're
Oh, I hear you now, yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so I was just saying that once again, you've done it again, brother. You have over 1,000 coaches coming to Sound Mind, Sound Body camps over the 6-city tour. What's the secret sauce, man? How you pull this off year after year?
Well, building relationships, you know, during the season and in the off season, and building the trust of the coaches to know that we run a tight ship here, something that, you know, we think can be beneficial to all parts involved.
Definitely. Now I know you're having some issues with your line. I just announced the coaches that will be at the universities that will be at the Atlanta camp on June 3rd and 4th. I already let our listeners know that, you know, these numbers are, you know, as of Sunday. So we're a month away, man. How many more universities do you expect possibly in the Atlanta camp?
I'm expecting between 15 and 20 additional schools to join forces with us. One that we forgot to mention is the University of Arizona. The Wildcats have committed to being in Atlanta as well.
Wow, that's huge.
But I'm expecting at least, you know, like I said, 15 to 20 more colleges, universities on different levels, you know, Division I, Division II, Division III, junior college, HBCU. I mean, just in the list we have right now, we've covered 4 of the 5 Power 5 conferences. You know, with the inclusion of Arizona, we have the SEC, ACC, Pac-12, and Big 10 represented, and we only expect that to grow over the next couple of weeks.
Coach, talk to us about the relationship over the years that that you guys have with the colleges have with Sound Mind, Sound Body that makes them want to make that commitment to come back every year?
Well, those relationships started with us doing bus tours back in the day, and college coaches seeing that we were just trying to provide opportunity for these kids, and what they partner with us in doing is trying to help cut the costs and make it more feasible for more guys to have opportunities to be seen by a larger group of coaches. So as time went on, we started attending the AFCA Coaches Convention, the national convention every year in January. And we would go there just to network and rub elbows with different schools and try to, give out highlight films and transcripts and meet more coaches. And it just kind of created a database for us that I kind of maintained over the years, and just call and just keep up with these guys, because every off season, there's lateral moves, there's promotions, there's hirings and firings, and college coaches are moving around. But just keeping a track and building a genuine relationship with these guys, and just trying to maintain it so that every summer we can come back and say, okay, here we go again. We want to bring you guys to Detroit, we want to bring you guys to DC, and now we're going to 4 other cities. And it's all just a blessing for us.
Well, definitely. And, Coach Rod Oden, to our listening audience, once again, we can add the University of Arizona to the list of schools I just read for the Atlanta camp. I'll read them one more time. Atlanta University that have confirmed their attendance is Penn State, Eastern Kentucky University, North Carolina A&T, Georgia State, Tennessee State, UCLA, North Carolina, Michigan State University, LSU, Nebraska, and the University of Arizona. We have on the line Rod Oden, Director of College Coaches for Sound Mind and Sound Body. So in addition to these 10, 11 schools I just read, he's expecting anywhere from 10 to 15 more universities to be signed on for the Atlanta camp June 3rd and June 4th. So more than likely there'll be at least 20 to 30 schools at the Atlanta camp June 3rd and June 4th. Tell me what any other camp in the U.S., let alone in Georgia, where a kid can pay $90 and up to 30 schools will be there looking for opportunities to expose that young man to their brand, and also to some of the words of wisdom and things of that nature that these coaches have to share. No other camp can say that. So Sound Mind, Sound Body is the place to be for any kids in the Atlanta, metropolitan Atlanta area, surrounding areas, June 3rd and 4th. Anything else to say about Atlanta, Joe, before we move these chains to Houston?
Man, oh man. Coach Oden, once again, thank you so much, man, for what you have done, what you're doing, and what you're about to do for this brand, and helping these young athletes achieve and make their dreams come true, putting them in front of college coaches. And man, I tell you what, man, I'm going to go work on my 40 time after this, coach, man. I'm trying to get under 6, man. Maybe James Franklin will give me something to do, man. That's a blessing, man. That's a blessing. But Coach Oden, thanks again for being part of the playbook.
And before you go, Coach Oden, let me keep you on the line just for these next 2 cities, because these are very important. Move the chains. I'm going to announce the universities that have confirmed for the Houston, Texas camp, the Houston, Texas Sound Mind, Sound Body camp on June 6th and 7th. All right, so I'm just going to read our list. These are the universities that have already confirmed their participation and attendance in the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp June 6th and 7th in Houston, Texas. Baylor, Oregon, Nebraska, SMU, TCU, Texas A&M, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Texas Southern, Prairie View A&M, Lamar, Michigan State University, Texas State, Sam Houston, Houston Baptist University, Houston, University of Texas at San Antonio, LSU, and UCLA. Those are some major universities, university representative of all levels of college football, FBS, FCS, NAIA. Coach Oden, how are you doing this, man? How are you getting in-state rivals like Baylor, SMU, TCU, Texas A&M, and Texas at the same camp at one time. I mean, Texas football is humongous in Texas. I'm really led to believe that this has probably never happened before in a football thirsty and hungry state like Texas. How'd you do it, man?
Well, it's, working alongside some guys to get them to, acknowledge and understand that it's about the development of the high school athlete. Once again, Sound Mind, Sound Body is not your typical football camp. It's an academy. We're teaching out here. We're professionally developing these kids to perform on the next level. So these coaches come together because we're all teachers, first and foremost, as coaches. And they understand that we need to teach the game of football because with everything that's going on with concussions and sport-related injuries, if we teach the fundamentals of the game to the guys, it'll outlast anything else in their lives. And, when they can no longer play the game physically, that skill will never leave them. So the coaches understand that when you come to Sound Mind, Sound Body, you're coming to teach. You're coming to teach football. And through this vehicle, we're able to reach a wide variety of kids. Like you said, we're going to have some Ivy League schools, some junior colleges, Division II, NAIA. We don't just try to reach the five-star athlete. Sound Mind, Sound Body is all inclusive. Everybody can walk away with something from this camp.
I'm glad you said that too, because a lot of parents think when you establish as your program is Sound Mind, Sound Body, that we target, or you guys target 4-star, 5-star athletes, and you have to have offers to get that kind of exposure. Coach, elaborate on that just a little more for parents that are listening, and these are my middle school kids, my 8th graders are getting ready to make that transition into high school, is looking for that exposure. And then what's the expectation for our younger athletes coming into the camp?
Well, to expand upon that, we try to increase everybody's awareness of the fact that the 5-star athlete needs very little help in the recruiting process. They need very little help at securing college scholarships. Sound Mind, Sound Body was built around the marginal athlete or the, not so highly recruited athlete. The guy that, you couldn't point out in the lineup and figure out that he was a great athlete. It was built for those guys. I mean, we have all been to the large university camps where there were 1,000 kids, and that university is only recruiting 7 kids at that camp. Everybody else, to us, it was glorified babysitting. So we built a camp that we felt targets that middle class. Those guys that are constantly overlooked now get a shot to shine. Not only they can shine in the same arena as that 5-star athlete. So it's a measuring rod for some. It's great for the 8th grader because they get to see the transition that they need to make from the 8th grade to the 9th grade to the 10th grade, because Sound Mind, Sound Body, we wrap them all in there together and we train them all the same. And, they're coached by a wide variety of guys. So they're learning the West Coast offense, and they're learning the spread tempo offense and the pro style offense. So it's making them more well-rounded football players.
Thank you.
Yep. So once again, listeners, we have on the phone Rod Olney, Director of College Coaches for Sound Mind, Sound Body. He pretty much is the guy responsible for building these relationships with these college coaches nationwide and making sure that they are going to be at the Sound Mind, Sound Body camps across our 6-city tour. Rod, one thing about Sound Mind, Sound Body, I know personally, I've been affiliated with it since day one, is that we aren't in cahoots with any university, any coaching staff, or anything like that. We advocate for kids. Our camps are about, or academies are about exposing kids, giving them opportunities, learning lessons on and off the field. But with that being said, conversation you and I had offline, there were a couple universities that you want to give a special shout out to and why. Tell our listening audience what universities are those and why you're giving them a special shout out.
Okay, first and foremost, the universities that I'll mention right now have been our partners for some time, and in that relationship, trust has been built to the point where they have blind faith in everything we do with Sound Mind, Sound Body. So I just wanted to recognize a few schools for taking this ride with us through this six-city tour. I want to recognize first Michigan State University, who has made a commitment to have coaches present at all 6 camps.
All 6?
The University of Nebraska will be present at 6 locations. The University of Wisconsin, as of today, verbally committed to be present at all 6 camps. So you can include them in Atlanta and Houston as well, the University of Wisconsin.
Badgers.
We got coaches like Les Miles at LSU that's going to be present himself, in addition to his staff, at 4 of the camps this summer. Those are guys who are taken away from their own camps and their own college, time and vacation time or whatnot to come and teach kids and teach the game of football that we all love so much. So I just wanted to acknowledge some universities that have agreed to complete this mission with us, and that's Michigan State, Nebraska, as I said before, Wisconsin as of today, LSU, just to name a few.
Definitely. Big shout out to Wisconsin for, as of today, agreeing to attend all 6 Sound Mind, Sound Body camps. We appreciate it. When we come back, we'll keep right on the line and we'll talk about the big daddy of them all, the Detroit camp being held on June 9th and 10th.
Hey, stay tuned for the big daddy of them all after the break. Hey, this edition of Sound Mind, Sound Body on the Playbook Network is sponsored by John Wangler and the Top Hat Sales. Check them out at 512 North Main Street, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48067. For the very best in sports apparel, no matter what the sport, check out Adidas. We're at Adidas.com. Also sponsored by Body Armor Super Drinks. Upgrade your sports drink. Check them out at bodyarmor.com.
We're back at this thing, man. Kurt, I'm gonna say this number one more time, man. 1,000 college coaches in the month of June will be put in front of our athletes, giving them an opportunity to provide exposure for these young men. That's amazing, bro.
It's amazing. It's a blessing, man. I can't imagine having something like this, during my days of high school football in the early 90s. But the landscape has changed. Exposure is an important piece of being found and, getting yourself in front of these college coaches where they can offer you financial opportunities that will, take the load off yourself and your family, that financial burden. So we're just doing our part, Sound Mind, Sound Body. These academies, 6 cities, over 1,000 coaches, and we're gonna move the chains. We're gonna talk about the Detroit camp. This is our first camp. This is our biggest camp. Like I said, I just called it the granddaddy of them all. This is where it all began for Sound Mind, Sound Body. This camp is the reason that we're able to go to 5 other cities this year. So this is our home base. So, I'm a native Detroiter living in Atlanta. Always have love for Detroit. And we're happy that this Sound Mind, Sound Body camp in Detroit continue in the form of fashion that it has been since this ruling has been overturned. So let me read these universities that will be at the Detroit camp on June 9th and 10th. Go ahead, Joe.
Hold on, man. You ain't gonna get ATL no love. You been me. How much longer you gonna hold this Detroit thing down, baby?
Look, man, Detroit's in your DNA.
Man,
So
come on,
it
bro,
will
come
always be on.
You down here in the A, man.
I'm in the A, but I'm a D boy, brother.
You mean Rocky? I can get you a Georgia hat, man. go and let us know what's happening.
I got a King High School hat on right now.
Go ahead,
Detroit what? But Detroit, 2016 Sound Mind, Sound Body camp. The universities that will be in attendance: Penn State University, Holy Cross, Nebraska, Garden City Junior College, Miami of Ohio, MAC Conference, Penn State, Olivet College, Ball State, Grand Valley State University, Buffalo University, Notre Dame, that's the one in South Bend, Indiana, people.
Yeah.
University of Toledo, Arizona State University, Iowa, Illinois State, Indiana State, Davenport, Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland, Purdue, Michigan, Michigan State University, Ohio State, Illinois, Notre Dame, Southern Illinois, Western Illinois, North Dakota. Yeah, that North Dakota that just produced the number 2 draft pick, Carson Wentz. North Dakota will be at the Detroit camp. Howard University, Akron, Bowling Green State University, Kent State, Ohio U, Cincinnati, Arizona, Concordia, College of DuPage Junior College, Albion College, Saginaw Valley State University, Adrian College, Hope College, Tiffin, Finley, Robert Morris, Notre Dame College in Ohio, Northwood, Northern Michigan University, Siena Heights, UCLA, Wayne State, Urbana, West Virginia, Tennessee State, Wofford, Mount Union, Lake Forest College, Oregon, Indiana, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Iowa State. And once again, people, this list will do nothing but get bigger, seeing that we have about 37 days until the Detroit camp. But as you can see, that's well about 40 schools already confirmed at the Michigan camp. Once again, Rod Odin, I tip my hat to you, rather.
Got to, man.
How'd you do it, man?
Well, Detroit is easy. You know, we've been doing it here in Detroit. This is going on our 12th year. So around, this time, college coaches started calling to check in and kind of do a roll call to say, Coach, I know you already got us down, so it's kind of just, old hat when it comes to Detroit camp. The expectation has already been set and established. That list is impressive, and I think we forgot to mention, LSU and the University of Arizona will also be here with both head coaches speaking,
So
I think that's a huge, huge blessing to get guys such as Arizona. Rich Rod, who is a big supporter of ours from his days at, Michigan, Central Michigan, other places, West Virginia. He's been to the camp representing at least 2 or 3 different schools along in his career, So those kind of relationships we kind of try to maintain and develop over the years to where it's set now to every year as colleges sit down to plan their camp schedule, they kind of call and ask, or we'll send an email, kind of a reminder, save the date to say, okay, leave this date free because, every year, second weekend in Detroit in June is going down.
Coach, let me ask you something. Are there any more dogs left in the pen?
Excuse me?
I said, are there any more big dogs left in the pen? Sound like you got.
It's a few more, and it's a few more, and we invite those out as well, man. We want to get these student athletes in front of as many coaches as we possibly can.
I mean, we're so proud here at the Playbook to host help host this event, put it out across social media, and for again, give these young men, or give our listening audience where they can sign up for these camps.
Okay, once again, sign up by going to smsbacademy.com. That's S is in sound, M is in mind, S is in sound, B is in body, academy.com. Pick which city you want to bring your son or that young man in your life to. All camps are $90.
Wow.
smsbacademy.com. Get signed up. Like I said, we're revealing which universities are going to be at a particular city. So any slots that are left are going to fill up fast. So I encourage you in the most expeditious fashion, get to a computer, laptop, cell phone, tablet, and get signed up and get that young man in your life a part of the Sound Mind Sound Body Tour and get them some exposure and maximize the opportunity they may have at receiving a college football scholarship. But if anything, they're going to walk away from it with life lessons and an experience they'll probably never forget. Coach Oden, man, I'm just highly impressed, man. I mean, you telling me that University of Arizona, Wisconsin, Jim Harbaugh, Mike D'Antonio, Urban Meyer, James Franklin, all the way down to junior colleges and FBS, FCS schools will be in Detroit once again, giving kids of all skill levels, 0-star, -1 stars, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star kids, 5 star kids in the same place, looking for young men to create and build relationships with. Man, you're doing an excellent job year in, year out, and you know, we're just appreciative of the work that you do year round making this happen, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Definitely.
Well, I tell you what, man, a thousand coaches, and you know what, man, I like not knocking, man. These aren't grad assists. These aren't just guys that are trying to be coaches. These are real coaches, man, from head coaches, assistant coaches, man, and didn't discriminate. I mean, just everybody's coming, man.
Everybody's coming. I mean, like I said, head coaches to their staff. You know, some of these universities are sending their entire staff to Sound Mind Sound Body camps nationwide. Some of you might not know how many coaches are on a college football staff. What's the average number, Rod? About 10 to 14, just depending on the university?
Usually 14. I think that's the number that they can have on the field. 14 coaches.
Man, I'll tell you what. For young kids, man, I'd have me a bunch of business cards, and I mean, I'd be networking, man. This is a good time to build and get some followers on Twitter. These coaches are going to follow them on Twitter. They're going to. I think it's a good opportunity to ramp up for Friday Night Lights. These are relationships that you want to build going into Friday Night Lights. Man, if you're a young athlete out there, if you're listening, just come to get that resume together and all the an opportunity to get in front of a head coach. I mean, that's a game changer.
Definitely. And Joe, I want to say a couple of weeks ago we had a caller, a father who was, decided to take his son or grandson, I can't remember, down to the IMG camp. Well, sir, I know you're listening. You called in from, I think, Romulus. We have over 40 coaches at the Detroit camp already, not coaches, but 40 universities already committed to the Michigan camp. I think you might want to change your plans.
Man, cancel your flight, man, because I tell you what, the playbook, we're looking forward to coming up and helping provide that exposure, man. I'm excited, man. I tell you what, the kids, we got some kids, they're registering for 2 or 3 different camps, man.
I mean, why not? I mean, that's the best thing or the smart decision, in my opinion. I mean, why wouldn't you send your kid to multiple Sound Mind, Sound Body camps where, they can see, whatever school may not be in Detroit might be in Tampa the following week, or whatever kids might not be in Atlanta will be in Tampa 2 weeks later. We're going to bring the coaches. You just have to make sure your physical body and presence is there and show your ability. So we've created a platform for young men to be exposed to universities, and universities can expose themselves to these young men. So I encourage all young athletes and their families to take advantage of the platform we're providing. It's a great opportunity for everybody involved. Hey, Coach Oden, we want to hold you up, man. We thank you for your time. Thank you for all the due diligence and work that you do year in and year out, guaranteeing that these coaches get to these camps.
Hey, I thank you guys for having me, and I just want everybody to understand and know that I am just a part of a great team. The Sound Mind, Sound Body, Lifting That for the Kind Foundation is a great group of men and women that are dedicated to the advancement of high school football players. So I'm just one piece of a whole, and we do this collectively, we do it together, and we do it for the student athletes.
Yeah, but you're a big ass slice. Hey, we appreciate you, man.
All right, thank you, guys.
And let's pay some bills here, man. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go to Atlanta. We're gonna talk to Derek Tatum, man. And that's gonna be our first stop on the 6-city tour, Sound Mind, Sound Body, with Joe Gladney. And talking to the guy that's dogging me out about Tar Heels. I tell you what, Chris Moore, man, Tar Heels, they'll be back, man.
I'm sure they will,
Let's pay some bills. Let's pay some bills. CJ, let's pay some bills.
go Wildcats.
Go Tar Heels.
Hey, for the very best in exposure, follow us on Twitter at Playbook Athletes. This edition of Sound Mind, Sound Body on the Playbook Network is sponsored by John Wangler and Top Cat Sales, sitting at 512 North Main Street, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48067. For the very best in sports apparel, no matter what the sport, check out Adidas. They're at adidas.com. Also sponsored by Body Armor Super Drink. Upgrade your sports drink. Check them out at bodyarmor.com.
Once again, it's Chris Moore and Joe Gladney on the Sound Mind and Sound Body radio talk show. Our next guest, man, let's get out into the Dirty South. That's the ATL. That's Derek Tatum, founder and president of Elite Talent Football Academy. He talked about this camp a couple of years ago when him and I was first really getting serious about this camp game. He said, Joe, you've never gone to a camp until you attended Sound Mind, Sound Body. And I had the privilege to do that last year in Detroit, Michigan. And boy, to my surprise, man, I'm not going to, let's bring Derek on. I'll tell you what, because I owe him so much gratitude, man, for what he's doing for these young athletes here in the city of Atlanta, man, and help bringing this this terrific camp into the city. Derek Tatum, welcome to the Sound Mind, Sound Body show.
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be on the show. Very happy to be on the show. I'm truly blessed.
With Derek, you and I, we talked a couple of years ago, and you told me about this camp. It was an unbelievable camp called Sound Mind, Sound Body, and what they were doing on and off the field for young athletes. And now to have an opportunity to have them come into your city June 3rd, June 4th, man, you've got to feel a sense of appreciation. And only you know what it's going to do for this city after this camp leaves.
But first of all, man, I just want to say thank you to the people, man, the people up behind Sound Mind, Sound Body, man, and the work our team put in, man, over the last 3 weeks to try to, amend that NCAA rule, man, was unbelievable, man. And it just shows you that people never can give up faith. And when I say faith, man, I mean not only faith in God, because God showed us that we got to have faith in people, too. Faith in people, man. We got over 16,000 signatures, man. We were on Mike and Mike. We were on Sports Illustrated, ESPN, Bleacher Report, Sports Nation. I mean, we made some noise, man, and fought the NCAA, man, the big bad bully. So before I even talk, man, I want to just say thank you to the people, man, the people behind Sound Mind and the people out there, the students, the mothers, the parents, the daddies, the coaches, the trainers, who all help support this thing, man, to help lift this NCAA brand, man. And because of that, man, it's been a divine thing happening, man. And now you got to see what's going on, man. We fought for the kids.
Definitely.
The kids, man. This is about the kids.
You're definitely right about that, Derek. This is Chris. You're definitely right about that, Derek. This is Chris. I just want to give you a special shout out, man, because I know I first met you about 3, 4, 5 years ago when you first started coming up to the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp in Detroit. And I can remember, first meeting you, seeing you in the drills, you working harder than the kids. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, who is this brother? Loud, sweating. I'm kind of jealous because I can't do it anymore. But I'm like, this brother's intense and passionate, and I loved your energy, man. And ever since then, I was privy, enough to know that you were inquiring about getting Sound Mind, Sound Body on the road down here in Atlanta, and I'm not gonna say the NCAA crushed a lot of our dreams, but when they came out with the ruling, it did kind of change how we were going to be able to present the camp in the year that you finally got it down here to Atlanta. For about 25, 26, 27 days, it looked as if you couldn't present it to metropolitan Atlanta in the form of fashion that how it should be presented, man. So I understand, the words that you just said, and I can hear the passion and the sincerity in your voice, man, because you advocated to get this camp down here to Atlanta. So we appreciate your hard work, man, and whatever you had to do to get it down here.
Man, it's just, man, I mean, you know, when I first came to the camp, you know, I didn't know nothing about it, man. You know, I thought it was a football camp, man. And then I started walking around, man. I'm like, man, I started meeting people from Detroit, and they were behind the somebody, and these were like really just real down-to-earth people. I said, man, what's going on? And so it was just something, man, that I knew I had to be a part of because I started seeing them talk about things outside of football, and that's what I feel. I thought that's what I talk about. That's me. I am a person that want to help kids beyond the regular just football. I want you to be a better person. Use football as a vehicle to get you to the next level in life, man. And that's somebody. I'm like, I can't believe they're already where I've been trying to get to. Like, there's a lot of them.
Right.
You
No.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, we here in Atlanta. Man, this is a historic event now. Now I tell people now all the time, man, listen, let me tell you a quick story. I first said I was at the Pace Academy. I coached the Pace Academy. I said we were gonna win a state championship. Head coach Chris Slade, man, he said, hey, the boy, you know, got a really win, coach. I said, man, I'm here to win a state championship, coach, man. I don't know nothing else. I don't know nothing else, man. And that's how I feel, man, with my body, man. We here to win. Man, we here to win, man. We here to win for these kids. We here to show these kids, man. We here to win. We won a championship the first year. That was how my body about. More than just the football part, man. We're here to win in life. And that's what somebody believes in. Man. I believe it, man. If you don't hear my voice, I believe in this. Hey, a lot of stuff, man, that people believe in, man. But, man, believe in this. This is real. This is real. There's real people in the ground floor going to work. Man, I want to help these kids. Now, we can't save everybody. We can't save all of them. But the ones that get it, man, forever change. Bro. You know, forever change.
Without question.
Physically and spiritually.
Definitely. To our listening audience, we have right now on the phone, we have Derek Tatum. He is the camp director for the Atlanta Sound Mind, Sound Body Camp. So you hear his passionate in his voice about the camp, you know, his experiences with it and things of that nature. Coach Tatum, tell us how you feel about those universities we just named earlier in the show that's going to be at the Atlanta camp, man.
Man, I feel great, man. It's going to be an honor, man, to get the chance to see some of them schools, man, and come to Atlanta, man. I'm really just looking forward, man, to seeing some of these other schools step up to the plate, man. We're going to reach out to Georgia, Georgia Tech, man, just let them know, man, you know, this is Atlanta. We want to make sure that we're going to represent all the local schools, Kennesaw State, also with Georgia. We got to reach out to those schools. Make sure, you know, home is on point. And then we want to see some more schools come out, man. We want to see some more schools come out, man. We want each camp to just be an experience, man, that when the kid leaves there, they understand that they'll be part of something special. We want these coaches to understand they can help be a part of this. You know, so it's more than just the football. Man, these coaches got to get here and be a part of it. Man, this is the only time that a student can actually walk up to and shake a coach's hand and have a casual conversation with him. More than one coach. It's the only time you're going to see Michigan and Ohio State together, man, eating barbecue. Only time you'll never see that ever again. So, man, this man, be a part of something special, man. You would see some head coaches on the same sideline talking and like, wow. It's an experience, man, that you try to experience. If you've never been to a camp, man, this is your first camp, this would be a great first. If you've been to many camps, this would be you know, your best camp. Promise that.
Coach Tatum, what does this mean for you know? I traveled with you on a bus tour up last year to Detroit, Michigan, and we had a busload of young kids, and they've got that experience. What does that mean for your young athletes now? That's a part of your brand, Elite Talent Football Academy, to see these to prepare for this upcoming camp here at June 3rd, June 4th in Atlanta. And what does that mean for your guys to get ready for a camp like this?
Man, they're excited, man. They are excited, man. I mean, we've been going to Detroit, man, for I think the last 7 years, man, 6 years. So now having it here in Atlanta is just like, man, it's here represent home, man, protect our turf, man. It's just a great feeling right now, man, that all our kids are having, man, because a lot of our kids have benefited just overall as a person from sideline somebody and our major universities because of this. So it's like it's a blessing to be able to have it here in it. Yeah, I'm very excited, man. I'm very, very excited.
I'm trying my best to get Chris that excited about Atlanta too, man.
I'm in the air. I'm hyped.
Man, every time I talk, I'm trying to get.
I'm a poker player, man. I keep telling y'all.
I said you go to Detroit every year, man. Just to skip that one this year, just hang out in Atlanta, man. Let them call it quits, man. Yeah, I can't get him to do it, man. I can't get him to do it, man. But we're excited too. We're excited to take it to the West Coast, get out to Texas a little bit, man, and get into different markets, man. And but a night like tonight, man, I can tell you the lines are loaded. We had some great calls, and Chris, man, I think another great show.
Definitely off to a great start. Coach Tatum, we want to thank you for your time. You know, we got 3 other cities to reveal tonight, but like Coach Oden said, we got about 10, 15 more cities already. I'm not cities, universities already in the pipeline for the Atlanta camp. So you keep doing your due diligence on the ground here in Atlanta, and we're going to make this Atlanta thing the biggest camp in the Southeast.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, man. I tell you what. Well, let's move the chains, man.
All right. So the next reveal of college coaches universities that will be at the Tampa camp on June 12th. Once again, this is the Tampa camp, June 12th. These universities will be present: Penn State, Nebraska, Arizona, Central Michigan University, Garden City Junior College, Michigan State University, Notre Dame, that's the one in South Bend, Alabama State, Fresno State, University of South Carolina or Southern Cal. I'm sorry, I got to figure it out. I apologize for that. Toledo, Maryland, Eastern Michigan University, Louisiana State University, and Miami. Once again, that's Penn State, Nebraska, Arizona, Central Michigan, Garden City Junior College, Michigan State University, Notre Dame, Alabama State, Fresno State, USC, Toledo, Maryland, Eastern Michigan, LSU, and Miami. Joe, this is another great list, man. I'm just, Tampa's in Central Florida, but, these universities represented that have already confirmed to be in attendance at this camp in Tampa on June 12th. Geographically, man, I'm looking at Penn State, Nebraska, Arizona, Central Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Fresno State, Toledo, Maryland, Eastern Michigan. I mean, these schools geographically are in the north or even to the west on the East Coast. I wouldn't say that Tampa may be a strong recruiting or hotbed for them, but they're going to be present, man. They're showing their brand to these young men and their families. Kids are going to get exposure to universities they probably never, ever would have an idea that this school would know about them or even be willing to recruit them, because just off the geographical location, man. And that's the sound mind, sound body difference. Once again, we're bringing universities to areas that they normally wouldn't even probably wouldn't go into, just for the simple fact that they wouldn't be able to give life skills to the young men, and also see them their athletic ability in and out of these drills, and also on and off of the field where they can judge the character and things of that nature. So that's the sound mind, sound body difference, man. It differentiates us from any other camp in the nation. Once again, Tampa, June 12th, Penn State, Nebraska, Arizona. I have in parentheses, Arizona has their whole staff coming to Tampa, Florida. Central Michigan, Garden City Junior College. Their head coach, Jeff Sims, is going to be a speaker. Penn State's James Franklin is going to speak at the Tampa camp. Fresno State, Notre Dame, Alabama, USC, Toledo, Maryland, Eastern Michigan University, LSU, Coach Les Miles will be speaking at the Tampa camp. And also Miami, their head coach is going to be speaking as well, and that's the newly hired Mark Richt, who was the former coach of Georgia, as we know, the last, 10, 12, 13, 14 years. He's now at Miami. That's the Tampa camp, man. That's an impressive lineup. What you think, Joe?
I tell you what, man, I don't think it's a dog left in the pen, man. Coach said there may be a few left, and to get down into Florida, think about that. There's so much talent in Florida would you think they need the exposure? But I guarantee it's right here. You watch Louisiana, you watch Mississippi, you watch Alabama. Some of these kids, they're going to beeline down to Florida.
Definitely. And once again, just looking at the diversity in the universities, you know, we have some Big Ten schools, big Pac-12 schools, HBCU, junior colleges. So once again, even at this Tampa camp, you know, we have tons of coaches from every tier of college football: FBS, FCS, MAC. What's Alabama State's in the SWAC. So you know, of course, every kid's not gonna be fully qualified and passed all the required core classes. So we even have junior colleges at the Tampa camp, Garden City Junior College. So get signed up, young men, and if your family or your guardian is listening, make sure they sign you up. Go to smsbacademy.com, get signed up, because once again, this is the perfect place for you to get the exposure that you want to potentially get a college football scholarship, full, partial, whatever the case may be. This is the camp you want to be at. It's the best bang for your buck, the most college coaches, and the most opportunity for you to get that ultimate dream, and that's a college scholarship to play football.
Yeah, I'm totally excited for any young athlete out there that has a desire to play this game that we love so much, that has committed themselves to the grind academically and athletically. Now is your time. It's your turn. You cannot go into Friday Night Lights and wait to get someone to see your film. You've got to make it happen in camp season. So there's no better camp in the country right now that's providing exposure for their athletes, both mind, body, and soul. Man, when it comes to putting an athlete in the position to be seen by college coaches, and then putting those life skills in place, that's sound mind, sound body.
No doubt. So let's move these chains. Let's go to the next city. The Sound Mind, Sound Body 6-city tour is going to be in Los Angeles, June 16th to 17th. You want to read it after break?
Going back to Cali. Hey, CJ, let's play some bills, man, and we're going to come back. We'll go back to Cali, man. I'm excited, man. It's just all about these young athletes, man, getting a chance to live their dream.
Check that out. Listen, man. Right before we get back to Cali, let me just tell you that this edition of Sound Mind, Sound Body of the Playbook Network is sponsored by John Wangler and Top-Hat Sales. Check them out at 512 North Main Street, Royal Oak, Michigan, 48067. Always for the very best sports apparel. Check them out at adidas.com. Also sponsored by Body Armor Super Drink. Upgrade your sports drink. Check them out at bodyarmor.com.
All right, so welcome back to Sound Mind, Sound Body radio show. I'm Chris Moorman here with my man Joe from the Playbook. You can reach me on Twitter at I am Chris Moorman or at I am Chris Moorman. About to read the college coaches universities once again that will be at the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp in Los Angeles, California, West Side, June 16th and 17th. Once again, it's the LA camp on June 16th and 17th. This is the list of confirmed universities that will be in attendance at the camp. And keep in mind, people, this list for every city that I've named or will name is going to get longer in between now and the actual camp date. So LA, June 16th and 17th, confirmed. We have the University of Southern California, the Trojans, UCLA, Washington State, Fresno State, Oregon, Arizona State, Brigham Young University, Utah, Wyoming, and Michigan State University. That's in LA, June 16th and 17th. Once again, that's USC, UCLA, Washington State, Fresno State, Oregon, Arizona State, BYU, Utah, Wyoming, and MSU. Heavy, Joe.
That's heavy, bro. I'm listening for a college that we haven't called out, man. That's what you focus on that, man.
Well, since we in Atlanta, I know too. Where you at, Georgia, Georgia Tech? But anyway.
Oh, they coming, man. They
Y'all know
coming,
they coming.
They coming, bro. I'll tell you what, when Kirby Smart and from University of Georgia hears this, and of course Paul Johnson, Georgia Tech, two great programs. I think once they got a wind of this, these guys come in their backyard, they're gonna. And for him, it's all about seeing some of these athletes too. I know Kirby Smart's new to just recently taken over the position from Mark Ritt, current head coach of UGA. He wants to see some of this talent. And why shouldn't that brand be a part of it, man? So I'm excited, man.
Definitely. I know they're going to get on board, definitely. And, once again, our camps nationwide are open to any university. So, the SEC doesn't have any restrictions anymore on how far their coaches can go. So they're more than welcome to join this LA camp June 16th and 17th. Any coach, any university can participate in a Sound Mind, Sound Body camp at any of the 6 cities. Just go to @SoundMind, Sound Body Football. You can tweet us there, direct messages. Our man Vito's running the social media board. There's tons of ways to get in touch with myself, Joe from the Playbook, Coach Rod Oden, who's our college coaching coordinator. So if your respective university wants to get signed up to participate in Sound Mind, Sound Body camp in any city, we welcome any and all. Let me read these LA schools once again. USC, UCLA, Washington State, Fresno State, Oregon, Arizona State, BYU, Utah, Wyoming, and Michigan State University. Now, Joe, let me tell you, man, one name or university that pops out on this LA list to me is Washington State, because after the NCAA enforced the effective immediately ruling that barred satellite camps, one of the most vocal coaches nationally, in my opinion, was Mike Leach, the head coach at Washington State. And he just pretty much, pontificated everything that we were saying internally here at Sound Mind, Sound Body, how this will negatively impact kids from getting opportunities to go to college, and also exposing his university to those young men at their home base. Mike Leach was very adamant about, this ruling and how much he didn't like it, for the simple fact that Washington State normally has about 2 to 3 satellite camps in the state of California. Over half of Washington State's roster were kids from California. So when I say, Mike Leach or Washington State rather will be at the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp in LA, he's coming, or his staff is coming, and if half of their roster are California kids, they're given opportunities. And that's what Sound Mind, Sound Body does. We just using our platform, provided a platform for kids to expose their talents, and also for these universities and these coaches to instill in them words of wisdom, and also check out these kids' athletic abilities and things of that nature. So the Football Academy Sound Mind, Sound Body version is an ultimate thing. And just think about that though, Joe. Half of Washington State University's roster are kids from California, and they're going to be at Sound Mind, Sound Body LA on June 16th and 17th.
That's huge, guys. And I'm sitting back, and what I'm listening to right now is Sound Mind, Sound Body has taken a strategical approach toward providing exposure for athletes across the country, and they did it since. You guys are hitting so hard, man. You don't. If you're a college program, I don't. It'd be hard for me to hear how you justify not being a part of this, man. Because the exposure and the athletes that you're going to get a chance to look at across the country.
Definitely. I'm dumbfounded as to how any kid wouldn't want to participate, or any university wouldn't want to participate in such a great thing that, I'm happy to be a part of since day one. And the focus has always been on the kids. The impetus will always be on the kids, those skills they're going to need on the field, and more importantly, off the field. So let's move to change, man. We got one more city to reveal. This is the Washington, D.C. camp. This is going to be held on June 23rd and 24th. My boy Caesar Nettles is the camp director for the D.C. camp. This is like the second home for Sound Mind, Sound Body. I think this is probably the 8th or 9th camp that we've had in DC. So DC, June 23rd and 24th. This is a big major list as well. But these are the universities that have already confirmed to participate and be in attendance at the Washington, D.C. camp, June 23rd and 24th. And before I read these names or these universities, please keep in mind that these lists will continue to get bigger in between now and the actual days of the camps. So D.C. camp, confirmed universities are Michigan State University, Howard University, the Bison, Morgan State, Dartmouth, there's that Ivy League we talked about earlier, Bowie State, West Virginia State, University of North Carolina, Maine, the Maryland Terrapins, Penn State, Temple, Rutgers, Virginia Tech, Shepherd, James Madison, Robert Morris, Syracuse, University of Pittsburgh, UConn, Marshall, West Virginia, East Carolina, Towson, Charlotte, Duquesne, and Furman. Very, 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 very impressive list of universities at all different levels of college football, FBS, FCS, historically black colleges. So once again, go to smsbacademy.com. Get your son or that young man in your life signed up for the DC camp or any camp or any one of the 6 Sound Mind, Sound Body camps that we're having once again in Atlanta, Houston, Detroit, Tampa, LA, and DC. This DC camp is impressive, man. I see Maryland, they're going to have their entire staff at the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp in DC. So great job to Cesar Nettles getting those coaches out, and also Coach Rod Oden getting everything coordinated. What do you think about this DC lineup, Joe?
I heard everybody but Barack and Michelle. man, let me tell you something. These guys at Sound Mind, Sound Body, the playbook, we're so proud to host them on our network, be a part of this. We'll be at every city. We'll be live streaming. We'll be interviewing athletes, coaches, and it's monumental, man. It has to be. I don't think hands down, man. You tell me someone else in the country is doing it this way.
There can't be anybody, Joe. And you know, it's rare that you can be a part of something that you built from the ground up. And you know, of course, the camp has evolved and morphed into what it is now. But nobody's having a football academy like this, man. Our camp is so much more about what's going on off the field in the classroom than what's going on the field. But the on the field portion is a vital part of the success of the camp. But it's I don't know. At times I'm in disbelief in what this academy has blossomed into, man. It's bigger than I ever dreamt of. I'll be the first to admit that. But you know, now the cat is out the bag. I mean, due to the whole Jim Harbaugh ruling and things of that nature, they're going to be some imitators. You know, one of my favorite quotes is from Mark Cuban. I saw it on Shark Tank. He said, first you had the innovators, second you had the imitators, third you had the stupid. Well, we are the innovators. We created this marketplace as far as camps in this form of fashion. Sound Mind, Sound Body is the best in the nation, the best football academy in the nation. Nobody can duplicate what we do. We're proud to do it, and the emphasis and the impetus will always be on young men and teaching them how they can use football as a vessel on and off of the field.
Man, I'm so proud to have you as a partner, man, and being a part of this thing
no
right
doubt.
here, man. It's a movement, man, and you can't get in front of a movement, man. It's like trying to stand in front of Amtrak, man. Oops. I thought I could slow it down. And with God doesn't give you a vision without provision, and I think what we had to do now is just go through this little thing with the NCAA, and it doubled down on our exposure.
It did. You know, it definitely put our name on the tons of people that we never, you know, knew that were knew about Sound Mind, Sound Body. I mean, we were mentioned on Mike and Mike in Sports Illustrated. You know, the camp is already bigger than, like I said, already bigger than what I ever envisioned it to be. And you know, just hear Mike Golick speaking on the camp and the ramifications of the NCAA's ruling. He specifically said the Sound Mind, Sound Body camp that originated in Detroit. That's huge for us,
huge,
man.
yeah.
I mean, that's huge. So that's just one of those, feel good or eureka moments, man, that just, make you want to tap yourself on the back. But he was speaking of the camp for the wrong reason because, at that time we thought that the camp had to change because of the NCAA's ruling. But now, since we've had that experience, our brand has been, exposed to a broader audience, and we just continually gonna tweak, plug holes, and just make it better year after year after year. Hopefully, take it to even more cities, man, because we're all about giving these kids avenues and exposure to change their circumstance or even just make their circumstance better if they don't come from humble beginnings or something like that. So we take them all creeds, colors, socio-economic levels. Everybody's welcome at the Sound Mind, Sound Body Academy. Go to smsbacademy.com.
Shout them out, man. Shout them out. Again, man, just another great show, man. Got a couple of guys hanging out. I don't know if you want to try to pull them in.
Let's take a call.
We're going to take it to the bottom of the hour. So it's 15 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You're listening to Chris Moore and Joe Gladney on the Sound Mind, Sound Body Show, on the Playbook Network. Let's grab a couple of these calls we have here. I've got Mike. That's like Mike Check is holding. That may be okay. Okay, no, that's me. I know what he put there. Mike Check. Mike Check.
Mike Check.
I've got. Let me bring Jason on. Jason's he runs a great publication here in the city of Atlanta. Big Georgia fan. Jason, thanks for holding. Welcome to the Sound Mind, Sound Body Show.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Go ahead and announce yourself, and you do a major publication here in the Georgia market. What do you think about what you've heard so far?
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, being kind of new to the Sound Body, Sound Mind camp, I had no idea it was this huge, man.
And you got to tell our listening audience your publication that you put out for Georgia, and I think in your thoughts on Georgia coming in under the tent with Sound Mind, Sound Body.
Oh yeah. We I actually started a Field Street Forum at fieldstforum.com, and we cover more of the Georgia recruiting side, and obviously it's Georgia, so it deals more with the 4 and 5 star recruits. I have the coaches beating down their doors and DM them out the woodwork and the whole 9 yards, and so that's kind of what attracted me to you guys, and where it's more about the kids that may not necessarily have millionaire coaches knocking at their door, blowing their Facebook, blowing their social media up all day long.
I appreciate that, and we appreciate you coming on to the call tonight. You and I are going to talk offline. I just wanted the listening audience to hear you as well, because it's all about giving these kids the exposure, and I think what you're doing and what you're hearing the Sound Mind, Sound Body, the Playbook are doing is just providing some of the best exposure across the country for these kids over the next few months. So we look forward to talking with you and pulling this some of the Georgia market into the camp on June 3rd, June 4th.
Oh yeah, and absolutely, man. And we all the Georgia folks pretty much like what Kirby Smart's done so far, but one of his first mistakes would be not showing up to that Atlanta camp. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I tell you, I hear you, man. But we're going to see you and I. We're going to work this market. We're going to get out and put some stuff out for some other schools around it. Kennesaw State is another brand, I think, with Coach Bohannon. Coming in, and Mercer and some of these other schools in Georgia that we can reach out to. Georgia Southern, we got some relationships there, along with Paul Johnson of Georgia Tech. So we'll put the word out. I know you'll help too, man. But thank you so much for calling in and being a part of the Sound Mind, Sound Body show.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about it, man. When it comes down to it, it should be all about the kids, and I understand everybody's got to kind of do the business side, but when it comes down to it, it should be all about the kids, and that's one of the big things I like about it. Just the kids' opportunities they probably wouldn't ever see.
That's huge, man. I tell you what, I appreciate it, man, and just keep grinding, man. You and I, we'll talk the next couple of days, man. what we need to do again to get these guys on board.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got it, man. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I got to work on my partner Chris, man. I got to work. I'm gonna get him a Georgia hat, man.
Hey.
I'm gonna get you a pickup truck with a wheat straw, man. And
Hey, look, Georgia, you know, I had this argument with an Uber driver not too long ago. Georgia's just like the University of Michigan, man.
in what sense, man?
One championship in 50 years.
We hold on to. We still talking
Yeah,
about.
you definitely hold on to
We
it.
still talking about Herschel Walker.
Oh,
Man.
yeah, one championship in 50 years, but want to be a top tier program.
Man,
I don't get it.
I'll tell you what, man. We gotta get all under the same tent, man. Get the kids on the field, man. But we had what a great show, man. Maestro, please give us some music, man. Let's get out of here, man.
Thanks for the call, Jason.
Man, it's another night in the bank. I got my partner, man, Chris, was on vacation, man. Man, Vito, you almost had a full-time gig here, man. I ain't lying, I had you here, Vito.
Hey, blame it on my lady, man. She would have looked at me like I was crazy if I'd reneged on the trip. But I'm happy to be back, man. Looking forward to this 6-city tour. I'm very happy that the NCAA overturned the ruling, man. And I'm just happy to be involved with Sound Mind, Sound Body, present this brand nationwide in the pure form of fashion that we wanted to present it to. So it's going down, man, from Atlanta, Detroit, Houston, Washington, D.C., L.A., and Tampa. We're coming, man. Holler at me on Twitter. I am Chris Morman. That's I am Chris, Chris, Morman. And also, man, I want to give a special shout out to my goddaughter, Kayla Strong, who was accepted and is going to the University of Chicago,
There you go.
which has denies about 93% of their applicants. So big ups to Kayla Strong. Love you, baby girl.
Hey, man, number one social network in the country, that's a Playbook Athlete, man. Follow, man. Some of the top camps in the country, but tonight is all about Sound Mind, Sound Body. Next week, same bad channel.
Same channel, same time, Monday at 8.
Stay strong, man. Man, I tell you what, got 1,000 coaches. He said 100. He said 1,000 coaches.
1,000, baby. Nationwide.
All right, y'all guys.
Ain't no love.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
I don't know how this thing worked, man, but it's working. I threw it out there, man. It's all on Twitter. And I didn't have a gear on, man. We're gonna try something.
Yeah.
But I like the look, man. I like what you think, man.
Yeah, I think it went well. I want to see it, but
Man, I just tried something, boy. Because I've been trying to get the studio look, man. But you know, it is what it is for a minute till we do it.
yeah.
Shoot, boy, you can shoot. Let me see. Let me go back to Twitter. Man, y'all released. Who's dropping schools out on Twitter?
That's Vito.
I need to add in the playbook, man. To add the playbook, yeah.
Yeah, apparently you can time step when you want tweets to go out.
Yeah,
Hey, babe! Come meet Joe.
She said, I'm relaxing.
She had a golf tournament today.
She played golf?
Golf scramble. She just getting into it. But this is her first scramble corporate event.
Okay.
So she been putting in work a little bit. Camps combined. People say, how are going to This is my lady Michelle.
Hi.
This is
Hey,
Joe,
Michelle,
my
how you doing?
co-host.
Nice to meet you. I hear your voice. Now I get to put a face with
I'm
it.
sorry. You see Big Man? Look at Big Man right here. Did it buffer? It's buffering. Yeah, buffered, man.
That's all I got, or?
No, I kept dropping clips out.
Oh, okay. Oh, you was chopping it up.
It's going to be at Sound Mind Campus. Well, like we said, we're going to have over 1,000 coaches
at the 6
I love your
camps
home.
combined.
Oh, thank you.
My wife will love this. We have a craftsman on the other side. There's nothing like this.
Oh,
I love this.
well, thank you.
Flows and everything.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So
Very nice.
I gotta figure out how. I just hit my camera, but we're gonna do another read.
So sweet.
It don't look like she was golfing.